And what's your opinion about the metaverse and cryptocurrency and all that? You think that's a
I
right
don't. I
understood?
don't touch crypto. I've always not so much been against it, but I've always looked at it as it's unstable. It's unstable and it's extremely risky, right? And a lot of people looked at it as an investment, but to me, I almost look at crypto as the same way as I look at gold in a certain regard, where you have something that just sits there, and for it to be worth more, someone has to be willing to pay more than what the last guy paid for, right? When you compare that to, like, let's just say an investment like Amazon, Amazon actually makes money every day, actually produces profit. Like while we were talking, Amazon probably made $100 million, right? So when you look at it as an investment, I would much rather put my money in something where every 3 months they tell you how much money they've made. And consistently every 3 months they've made more money than the year before, right? That to me seems safer, a safer place to put my money. Whereas with Bitcoin or Ethereum or whatever other, Dogecoin or whatever else, it's completely based on someone just willing to pay more and it's not generating anything.
Right.
So in terms of where I put my money, I just never put it into that because I felt like that's just way riskier. And now when you see things dropping 70% and so forth, it's not really a surprise to me. But I mean, in terms of the metaverse, I think that's all work in progress as well. I know people are buying properties next to Snoop's house for like $100,000 and everything. Maybe that'll turn into something later on. Maybe it won't. NFTs were the biggest thing. I interviewed the group that bought some of the most expensive NFTs ever. Like the Doge NFT, like the dog, they bought it for like $10 million or something like that. That end up crashing along with the rest of the, the cryptocurrency world. So not to say that it's over time is not going to be a good or a bad thing. It's just that to me, I have better places to and what I feel safer places to invest my money. And since, like I said in the beginning, I'm not looking to flip my money. I'm not looking to double something in a month or 6 months. Like, I'm cool with 10% a year. I'm more protecting what I've already built up as opposed to trying to triple, quadruple what I'm doing. It's a different mentality. So that's why a lot of times the crypto stuff didn't really appeal to me.
Okay. Who was the big guest that you didn't get that you really want, that you haven't got?
Like who we almost got or who we just want and it's a pie in the
for whatever
sky.
reason, he ain't sat on that, he ain't sat in that chair, man, and you want him or her. Because a pie in the sky almost seems like you can't get him.
It's a good question. No, I mean, we could get anyone at the end of the day if it makes sense, right?
Say what they want. Vlad talk that shit, but I got it.
Right. I mean, yeah. Yeah. Like, if I'd well, I mean, okay, I'll put it like this. I'll give you one. I talked to O.J. Simpson's guy about doing an interview.
Okay.
Right. And it was a real conversation about me doing a sit down with OJ. And we were talking about money and everything else like that. And the amount of money they were talking about was doable. It was a lot, but it was all right. We could do that. And the sticking point was that OJ just didn't want to talk about like this whole year, the whole year of the murder, like from the point the murder happened to the trial to whatever else. He wanted that off the table.
He wanted all that off the table.
So to me, it was like,
you go on a strip club, they ain't take their clothes off.
It's like what's the point?
Right.
It was sort of like, all right, I'm going to spend all this money, and we're going to ignore the elephant in the room. We're going to pretend like he didn't, allegedly kill Nicole and Ron. So yeah, for me to sit down with OJ, I think would be phenomenal.
Okay.
I'm trying to think if there's anyone else of that caliber that we've had discussions with. Because listen, I mean, there's tons of, I've never interviewed Jay-Z or Eminem or whoever else, but people who I think are more realistic like that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, we were supposed to interview Antonio Brown like right after he did that whole walkout, and that ended up being a train wreck.
Right.
He ended up like trying to change the terms right before the interview. And when we didn't agree to it, he like essentially hung up the phone and didn't show up. Like, you know, that type of fuck shit.
Right.
There's that type of thing. But at the end of the day, we're gonna be around for a long time, and interviews that may not have happened 1 year may happen the next. You know, like I said before, it took me 2 years to do the Sammy the Bull interview of just me and his son talking over and over again and figuring out terms and figuring out things that, you know, at first they only want to discuss certain things, and I'm like, nah, that's not gonna fly, we'll just wait, and oh, we got this deal here, okay, we'll wait. And, you know, eventually we figured out a way to do it, and it came out, and it's doing big numbers.
Right.
So.
Right. What's the most misconception of Vlad?
I think the biggest misconception is that all we do is just focus on negative shit. I think that's an easy way, like a lot of people use that to sort of attack what we do when that's just a part of what we do. Because when we interview people, we're going to talk about their accomplishments, and we're also going to talk about their trauma. And regardless of who you are, you've experienced some trauma in your life. You experience loss. Every person has gone through something serious in their lives, and we're going to cover that in the process. Whereas a lot of people might sort of skip past that part.
Right.
But along with that comes a lot of praising and focus on what the person has accomplished along the way. Now, if we're just interviewing someone who is really known for their life of crime, then yeah, a lot of the interview is going to be about some of the negative stuff, but it's also going to be about the positive things that they were able to accomplish with when they were on top.
Right.
But look at an interview with Shaka Khan, who won like 10 Grammys, or John Witherspoon, or all the NBA guys, like, you know, who we interviewed, like the John Sallys of the world and so forth. 90% of the interview is about what they've accomplished and the heights that they've achieved.
Right.
Not about just
Not
the
about
negative
the-
shit.
right.
They've never killed anybody or sold drugs or, you know, or been in violent acts. They're basketball players.
Okay. Well, you've been around hip hop for so long, when you've been a DJ. Give me your top 5 of all time male rappers and female rappers.
Top 5 all time male rappers. I mean, in no particular order, Biggie and Pac would definitely be in the top 5. I think you'd have to put Drake in that list.
Okay. Yeah.
I think not to do it, you're just hating on the newer generation.
Yeah, definitely Drake got in there.
And then it gets dicey. I mean, if I had to pick my top 5,
It's
mine, right? So I put Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Okay.
I put him in my top 5. So I got one more.
Is that a personal friend, or you really believe he should be in? I don't know.
No. I mean, I was the Cypress Hill fan way before.
Okay.
I
didn't listen to a lot of these stuff. Okay.
No. Yeah. I mean, I was in the Insane in the Brain video.
Okay.
Like, you can see me for
I
like
remember that
2
song,
seconds, right? I was actually in the music video.
Okay.
Like, that's how much of a fan I was. And Ice Cube.
I see. Okay.
There we go. There's my 5.
What's your female?
Females. Lauryn Hill.
Okay.
This is a tough one because I don't listen to a lot of female rap.
Okay.
Just to keep it 100.
Okay.
I think Lil' Kim would be in that list.
Okay. Since you listen to a lot of female rappers, give me 5 top music executive black ones.
Well, hold on. I'll finish the female list.
Okay. Kim, Lauryn Hill, you said.
Shit. Well, what is it? What is her name?
Nicki don't get there?
I mean, Nicki's a skilled rapper,
Okay.
but I wouldn't put her in my
Okay.
in my favorite list, just in terms of what I like.
Right. Okay. I got you.
Not to take away from the skill level.
Yeah. I got you. I got you.
I think I'll put Cardi in that list.
Okay.
Cardi, you know what I mean? Like whenever I hear Cardi, it's always like I fuck with it,
Right. Okay.
right? Two more. Like, I don't want to pull out my phone and cheat. Like I'm trying to just go off memory right now.
Man, you won all the mixtape awards.
Yeah,
man.
right.
You
Yeah,
got-
I should know this.
Yeah,
Like, I should know this.
I'm surprised at one name you didn't say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Gangsta Boo.
Okay.
I put Gangsta Boo on my list.
Okay.
That's 4, right? Who am I missing? I feel like there's someone obvious. I wouldn't put Megan in the list. I think she's cool, but not in a favorite. I don't know.
Dang.
Who am I forgetting? Is there an obvious one I'm forgetting one?
Remy Ma definitely always won.
Remy's dope.
And I think people don't give MC Lighter props.
MC Light is dope.
And Queen Latifah.
Queen Latifah's dope.
Yeah.
But this is sort of like who I listen
Right.
to.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who's the girl on the YG and Drake song? Why? Hold on. Can I pull out my phone?
Okay.
I'm trying to remember her name.
All right, you do it.
Hold on a second. Let me just pull this up. It's funny. Birdman just texted me while we're talking.
He still messed up. You interview his people, his brother, huh?
Yeah, no, he actually says, he said, keep up the great work.
Oh, okay.
That made my day. Kamaya. There we go.
Kamaya,
Kamaya
okay.
is a rapper out of the Bay Area. I just couldn't remember her name. I'm sorry, Kamaya. I'm sorry. She's dope.
Okay.
Kamaya is my number 5.
Okay. How many people you think that went on your show, soon they left your show, they dramatically enhanced their company or their business? And would you name some, or would you just give me a number?
I mean, TK Kirkland always tells me that.
Okay.
I can't personally guarantee it, but whenever we talk on or off camera, he's always telling me how happy he is to be part of like being a regular guest and how it's enhanced. You know, he said that he looks at me as like his Johnny Cochran. Sorry, not Johnny Carson.
Okay.
Sorry, Johnny Carson. He looks at me like his Johnny Carson as someone, as the platform they can go on to promote themselves as comedians and so forth. And he said how his comedy career has really, he's always been a big comic, but how his bookings and everything has really gone up and so forth after doing the show on a regular basis. So that to me is some shit that I definitely love to hear.
Okay.
That's one off the top of my head.
Okay. I'm gonna say a few names. Just give me whatever would come to your mind about these people. Joe Buttons.
Joe Budden. Listen, me and Joe have a long history of, him not liking me, which started. I mean, I would say our first viral moment came over, the Joe Budden beef that he had with Ransom, and he's pretty much hated me ever since. At the end of the day, it's very much of a one-sided beef. I don't have a problem with Joe.
Right.
And he's been successful in his own regard in terms of his podcast and everything else like that. And people have tried to get us together. People have tried to, academics have tried to get us to do interviews together and so forth. Joe actually brought up the idea to do it, which I don't personally think is going to happen. But at the end of the day,
a good one though.
What's that?
I think you and him would be a good.
I mean, there's lots of good ones out there that could happen with people that over the years. But I think that when it comes to someone like a Joe Budden, what you realize over the years is that you could be in the same space as someone else and not necessarily have to get along or be friends or be cool with each other or work together or anything else like that. Everyone has their own audience, everyone makes their own money, everyone has done well on their own without the other person being involved.
Right.
And that's just how it is.
Oh, fair. Okay.
Yeah.
Charlemagne.
Me and Charlemagne are cool. I just did Brilliant Idiots. I was just on the show. We talk. We've been talking for a long time. I'm always happy with his success. I was actually the first, we talked about it on the show how I was the first person to really recognize him when he was still in South Carolina as an exceptional talent. I put him on the Beef mixtape. It was like a nationally distributed mixtape for the Beef DVDs. And I've always thought he was dope. And, it's cool to see someone that you've known for so long be able to sort of elevate year after year and still sort of be in the same space with you and still kind of fuck with you and be able to really interact with someone that you've always believed in.
Okay. Wallow.
I don't know Wallow.
Oh, you know.
I've never met him. Gilly, I knew, we had a couple interactions together, but Wallow, I don't know at all.
And the Math Hopper. I'm saying
Math Hoffa.
Math Hoffa, okay.
Math Hoffa, cool. Math is someone who I also very much believed in. Like, I really have had a track record of seeing these up-and-coming interview, figures early on and always embracing them and fucking with them and like offering whatever help as an OG in this shit. In the YouTube hip-hop interview space, I'm the first person that started it and continued doing it. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's people that are older than me, people more experienced in other things, but in this space, I'm the originator of this. So whenever I see people coming into it, I always offer to help, give them my number. They can call me whenever. They can ask me for advice, and vice versa. Like I see what they're doing, and I hit them up and ask for their insight for that type of thing. And when I saw Math Hoffa doing a show, I'm like, oh, this is dope. Congrats. But I'd always been telling him that. Like I told him that he's going to be bigger than battle rap. Back when he was just a battle rapper. Me and him did a battle together called Killers League. And I always told him that he's going to be bigger than battle rap when he finally is able to get his emotions under control. Because he was always getting into fights and battles. And I'd always be the one like, yo, you're fucking up. Like people want to fuck with you and you're creating situations where people can't fuck with you.
Exactly.
Because he got banned from URL for like 5 years after that. So when I saw his show taking off, he reached out to me and said, hey, can you come do my show in the same way that I'm here with you? I'm like, yeah, I got you. You've been on my show. Let me come in. And we gave him one of the big interviews on his channel. And he went on to interview 21 Savage and Fat Joe and, all these different dope artists. And he's doing well with it. And then we brought him back on VladTV again. And the ball keeps rolling.
Right, yeah, because I like him. I'm hard to impress. I like a lot about him. Yeah, I think he's made for it. I don't know if you know this person now. I'm just your opinion about Harvey Weinstein.
I never met him.
You know, what's your opinion about the stories you heard about?
I mean, seems like he's in prison for a reason.
Okay.
He was kind of rapey. You know what I mean? Okay. He was out there raping. And, that shit catches up with you.
Right. Okay.
I don't know. I've never met him.
Okay.
I have no interactions with him. I mean, but he's on the movie side.
Okay.
I'm on the music side, more so.
Okay. All right, man. Before you go, man, give us we spoke about some stocks, man. Give us a stock that we know you ain't got no inside trade information, but give us a stock you think that we should jump out there on, man, that ain't gonna bust our head too wide open.
I think that anyone who has not invested in stocks before, that doesn't have years of experience, that the best thing to do that's consistently been proven decade after decade, 100 plus years, is to put your money in the S&P 500. If I was, and it's not advice, this is if I was in a situation of someone, what I would do with my money. I would put the money into the S&P 500. You could buy that in one stock called SPY is essentially gives you a piece of the top 500 biggest companies in America, right? So when they say the stock market's going up or down, they're talking about the S&P 500. They're not talking about a specific stock. They're talking about the top 500 stocks, right? So when you look at the top 500 stocks at any given time, most of the companies you heard of are in that. Apple, Ford, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Tesla, the top 500 companies. So when you buy the top 500, a stock containing the top 500 companies, Facebook may crash that week, but you got 499 other companies that are still keeping things up. So over time, if you've invested, if you put money into the S&P 500 and you've kept it at least a few years, you've always made money. Now, if you sold at the bottom and try to time the market and whatever else, then yeah, you're gonna fuck up. But like, for example, my 401k, all my money in my 401k is in the S&P 500. All of it.
All of
like
it.
literally every penny in my 401k, my retirement money is all in the S&P 500. And every month, you know, the S&P 500 has dividends, right, which is the profit from the companies, and then I have it set up where it just automatically reinvests. So whatever money is made off the dividends just buys more S&P 500
Put it right
stock,
back in there.
and it becomes a kind of a snowball after effect. It's called compounded interest, right? So if you keep that up for long enough, by the time you're getting ready to retire, you should be sitting on enough money where you don't have to go work at Walmart to try to make, you know, or try to depend on Social Security, which isn't going to cut it.
And this is why we call this a change in jewels, because you're giving out a real jewel that my people can take and run with, man.
Yeah.
So we know about VladTV. Any handles, anything you want to promote, we know you'll need no help promoting, but anything you want to shoot out for we close it out?
I mean, just our main business is on our YouTube channel. So if you go to youtube.com/VladTV, one of the main focuses we have these days is our membership. So for example, what I've always heard over the years, the biggest complaint was that, you know, because the way we release interviews, as you know, is we release them by clips, right? So depending on how long the interview is or how many clips there are, sometimes you might wait 3 weeks or a month and a half to get the full interview. So we created a membership on YouTube for $5 a month. You get the full interview on the first day, you know, commercial free. So that's become sort of a big focus of the company, because after we launched it, I mean, literally thousands and thousands of people started signing up for this membership, and every month it continues to grow, sometimes by big amounts. And it just is dope, because with so much free content out there in the world, that someone actually spends their hard-earned money to get something that they would eventually get for free a month later anyways, but they like it so much they're willing to spend the money to watch it, is really like flattering.
Right.
And on top of that, it really creates a different type of business, because you're not worried about the views or the advertising, because advertising is cyclical. It's always, the first quarter is always the lowest, the fourth quarter is always the highest, so you have to take that into account. But when you have a membership, and every month thousands of people are paying, and they continue to pay month after month. This is why you have the Netflixes of the world, and the Disney Pluses, and the Hulus, and so forth. It's based on that type of business model. And now that I've gotten into it, the membership's been out for maybe a year and 3 months. It's like, oh, okay, like this is really like the future of it all. This is really how you build a powerful, stable business, because you could actually see the stability month after month. So if you're a VladTV fan and you want to get the shit early, you know, like Boosie, there's a 3-hour Boosie interview that's not going to be, the full interview won't be out for a month and a half, but all the members are watching it right now.
Right. And you're not lying, because the few little people that follow me, when you drop my pieces, they was calling me saying, I like what you said. I said, how you hit that part? I ain't know yet. Say, no, I went on and bought the membership. I wanted to hear it. So that's real. That's the real thing, man.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good, man. Well, in closing, man, I appreciate you, man. Again, like I say, man, I you know, like to have fun and talk trash a little bit, but I really appreciate you staying on your word and honor, because people say shit all the time, man. You know what I'm saying? And so that really meant a lot, man. And when closing, I like to leave my guests with a jewel, man, and the jewel for the day will be like I can't tell you who to like, who to love, who to hate, you know what I'm saying, but always try to come to your own conclusion about when you make an opinion about a situation or a person, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, all the information I got on this man was all downhill stuff, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I had to meet him and date him for myself, man. I'm saying I ain't his lawyer, he don't need me to sell him nothing. You always see the type of business he doing. I'm just saying from my perspective, man, that, you know, be your own person, come up with your own ideas, man, and keep on moving. And again, remember, your word is everything, man. When you're long gone, generational wealth is money, but you all want to have, you want to have generational credit as far as your kids, people coming up. When I die, I want people to say, man, Curtbone, that's his son and daughter, let him in the door, because that guy was honorable and he lived a certain way, man. So again, man, Vlad, I really thank you.
Of course,
appreciate it, man. And as you say, what's the joke? Oh, okay. All right, man. Peace, man.
No doubt, man. Congrats
Okay.
on building your platform, man. Congrats on taking it serious.
Yeah.
Because we're in LA right now.
Right.
The fact that you flew out here
Right, yeah.
and got the studio and got the cameraman set up and everything else like that just shows the seriousness
Right, yeah.
involved. Because I told you I'll do it,
Right.
but I told you I'm not gonna fly out.
Right.
You gotta
right,
come
yeah.
to me.
Yeah, yeah.
And as long as you came to me, I told you I would do it, and you actually took the time and spent the money to actually do it and took the business seriously, as opposed to just doing kind of like a half-ass Zoom video,
Right, yeah, yeah.
which I never like to do because I always felt the quality was so low that it's not going to have the staying power of a professionally shot video like we're doing here.
Right, right.
So congrats on your platform, man. And,
I appreciate
and,
that.
Congrats on putting in the work.
I appreciate that a lot, man. Appreciate it a lot, man. Thanks again, man. God bless you. Hope you can have more success, man.
Thank you.
Definitely.
You as well.
Out the park, niggas know me. Curtbone, little homie. All days, yeah. Been a road, yeah.
Thank you for watching Changing Jewels on Curtbone TV. If you like the jewels that we are dropping, subscribe, hit the notification, and share with some friends. And I'll see you on the next episode of Changing Jewels, Curtbone TV.